It's been a wild few months, certainly since the announcement that you were going to be the new guy replacing Tom Duple. What have these last few months been like for you as you just tried to navigate and balance these professional responsibilities you have between the NCHC and the Summit League?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. First off, it's great to be in Sioux Falls. I've been able to be here now. This is the second time since being announced in early December, but it's been a bit of a balancing and juggling act between the two conferences. Obviously, I'm still working on the NCHC side through the college hockey season and then kind of slowly transitioning into the Summit League, eventually, I guess, officially taking over the commissioner role in early April. For me, it's been about learning and understanding kind of how the league is operated. The league's in a great position. Tom did a wonderful job, and we've got a great staff here in Sioux Falls that have positioned it well for the future. But for me, it's just really been about kind of understanding and learning some of the things that we've done in the past and maybe some of the things that we can do in the future. But I'm excited. Our family's excited to get to Sioux Falls, but the transition's been it's been crazy at times, but fun.
All right, let's look at you just and the way you're wired. Do you consider yourself to be a big picture guy?
Yeah, I think I'm a big picture guy, but I also think that I'm a guy that pays attention to details. In my existing role with the NCHC, college hockey conferences, single sport conferences in general are small in nature, so our staff is smaller in structure. And so a commissioner of a single sport conference has to be big picture, but the commissioner of a single sport conference also has to be a doer. I think mid-major conferences at the Division I level, Summit League in particular, similarly structured or similar mindset, I should say, as the commissioner role. And so I think you have to, no doubt, be big picture. The membership hires commissioners, has conference offices to help them kind of set course and direction for priorities related to their athletics programs. So the commissioner and our staff at large, we have to be thinking forward and big picture items into the future. Having said that, we have to execute. And so the commissioner and all the staff members in the conference are doers. I am looking forward to being a part of an organization that has maybe a few more staff members. We're a little bit more robust in our structure just based upon the number. But there's no doubt I see myself both as big picture guy and somebody that pays attention to details.
Well, let's take a look at some of those big picture items because the Summit League has a number of them that are relevant to them at this point. And first and foremost, I guess, as you look at this and you get into your new responsibilities with the Summit League, what are your biggest priorities for this league?
Well, I think the first thing is going back to what I said before is just understanding kind of what we've done, how we've operated, how things have come to be. There were a couple key strengths that I saw as really the things that attracted me to the role. Number one, I think the membership is in the best spot maybe that it's ever been in the history of the conference. And that's a credit to Tom and the institutions that have been able to get it to that point. I think we've got a strong foundational base in membership that will help us be successful in the future. Second, because of that, I see schools that have a high level of commitment to the Division I experience. I think we've seen our schools over the past, call it 15 to 20-ish years, transition from Division II to Division I. And I would put a lot of our institutions up against any other Division I, especially in the mid-major world, about their commitment to the Division I experience. And then the last thing is, and I've kind of seen it a little bit when I've been in and around Sioux Falls over the past month. I know that we've got passionate fans in our markets that love our sport. So I think we start with our strengths, and then from there we build out, okay, how do we use our strengths to our advantage? I know membership will be a discussion and a topic that we'll talk about. I know our media landscape, our promotional messaging, our marketing. How do we message the conference kind of broadly to fans? I've talked to our staff just a little bit about this. Every fan has strong affinity to their member school or a particular program at their member school. Fans typically have some affinity to the conference. We have to do more to build stronger affinity to the conference brand. And so we need to do more to tell our story. We need to be more engaging with fans. And so that gets into things like television and digital media. It's taking the strengths and then looking beyond our strengths and seeing, okay, how can we expand upon those to be even better in the future?
Well, you mentioned membership, and that is a big one. As you look toward the future, how do you approach that knowing that right now that particular situation is as unstable, maybe fluid as it's ever been in college athletics?
Well, I think our situation is fairly stable in the Summit League right now. I firmly believe that. I've had conversations with all of our presidents and chancellors, all of our athletics directors. All of them have given a strong commitment to the Summit League. So I feel good about where we are. I would agree with you that things are a bit untenable across the country. I think that relates to some uncertainty about what the NCAA structure may look like into the future. And so some of the moving around and elevating up from Division II to Division I may be because of that. But it will start with taking a quick, and I think it will be a quick look at what is already strong commitment from the existing 10-member institutions. And then membership, I think whether you're in a single sport conference or a multi-sport conference, comes down to what adds value to the conference. We're a collective bunch of institutions that are like-minded. We've come together because we believe in some similar values and thoughts and the way in which we approach intercollegiate athletics. So when we look beyond our walls, and if there's a conversation to be had about expansion, we want to ensure that those that we're talking to add value to what we already bring about as the 10-member institution. So, it's very broad in the way which we look at it, and value can be measured in a lot of different ways, but that's really what it comes down to.
Commissioner of the Summit League, Josh Fenton, thanks so much for your time, and good luck with this new job, and looking forward to see where things go from here.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
This has been Midco Sports Magazine, presented by Build Your Base with Beef Sports Nutrition and Training Program.